Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a bit of a challenge. You saw the walk around on what I have now called Project Ella. There wasn't any really good suggestions in the comments on the walk around video, so I've decided to go with my idea of Project Ella. So today we are going to make a start on stripping it down. There's been plenty of comments about that chassis leg. I've seen lots of people on YouTube straightening them perfectly well using a scaffold pole and a little bit of jiggery pokery. So I'm going to try the same. If I can't do it, then it'll have to get done professionally somehow. I'll have to get it somewhere, I don't know, but we'll have to do it some way or somehow. Until that time, we're going to start stripping down, which we'll be able to see exactly what the damage is. So join me now for the strip down, the first day of the repair of Project Ella. Let's go. So this absolutely stinks in this car. Surprisingly, considering how long I've had it now, it's been sitting around for a little while. It started on the button straight away, so no issues with that. Certainly no issues with the battery, that's for sure. But yeah, it absolutely stinks. It's absolutely rotten inside. It's disgusting. Obviously it's very dirty on the outside as well, but that's the least of my worries. I will probably give it a bit of a wash later, but at the moment what I want to do is get the front off. So got some parts now. We've since we filmed the walk around video, I got a bumper which does need a little bit of work on it, but that's mainly underneath. It might need a little bit of painting. I can't get hold of wings in colour at all. Just cannot get them. So I have bought two brand new wings, which I may or may not use. I may try and paint myself. I don't know yet. I'm hoping some wings come up. I'd rather not paint wings. If it doesn't match, if I can't match panels on it, it's going to have to go to body shop to get finished off. I'm just going to do the best I can for the time being. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bumper off. I'm going to take the bonnet off. Oh yeah, I've got a bonnet as well. What else have I got? Bonnet, oh, front panel I've got as well. Bars I've already got if I need them. The bottom one looks okay, as we've already discussed. So I just need to get on really, don't I? So what I'm going to do, I am going to set you up on time lapse. We're going to get the bonnet off. We're going to get the front bumper off. And at the very least, we can get a straight bonnet on it. It's not going to be in position or anything like that. Front panel will come off. We'll see if we can get that done today. I want to leave, for the time being, if the radiator, which I'm sure it is, and the aircon condenser is bent up, I'm going to leave them on for the time being, because I'm actually expecting a new car sometime this week. It's coming from Rochford, and I was hoping it might come today. I paid for it last Saturday. Today is Monday, so I was hoping it might come today or tomorrow. We don't know. That's the problem when Copart deliver them themselves. You just don't know when they're going to arrive. So I've left a space on the front of the house, but that car doesn't need much work on it, I don't think. So I want to do that one first. So I just wanted to attack this today, get as much done as we can. So let's get on with it and see what we can get done. Let's go. Bit of a mess, isn't it? But you know, as I say, I've seen worse. Now that obviously the aircon radiator is destroyed. I imagine the radiator is as well, although I haven't got that far yet. That's going to be completely degassed, so I think I can safely remove that. I think what I'll do is I'll get the bolt out, and if anything starts to hiss out, I'll do it back up again, and then I'll get the aircon guy down to withdraw the gas from it. But going by the state of it, I would imagine it's empty. But we'll check that. That DRL is destroyed, so we need a new DRL. The other one, I haven't inspected it, but it looks all right actually. It's on the opposite side, isn't it? So it has taken an almighty whack there, which is why it's bent that, of course. So the impact's been here, high, and of course at the side as well, but by that going in, it's just pulled that leg. So it's not that, I don't think it's that bad, you know, that leg. Obviously I won't know for certain until such time as I've got it off. So radiator's got to be changed, I think that, not necessarily, not a given that it's gone. It might be salvageable, but we'll see once we get this off. I think it's probably bent right in, but we won't know, as I say, until once we get the aircon condenser off and get the bar off and whatever, you will know. Headlight conditions tabs, clearly. This one has had the little locator tab broken off, which is really annoying, so I can't really reuse that one. This one might be all right. It's difficult to plastic weld these on. I mean, it's gone from there anyway. I have got a set of lights, so... Oh, this one's gone here, look. How annoying. There. Oh, so just because of that, I mean, I could plastic weld some plastic into there. Potentially I could. I might do. See what the rest of the light's like, because it's a shame to throw away a good light just for that. If all you've got to do is plastic weld some plastic into it, and it'll be sealed again. So yeah, we'll see what the rest of the conditions are like. Obviously tabs have gone, but that's not an issue. I mean, I could probably reuse that at a later date. It might be wise just to put a new set of headlights in. They're not new, they're second-hand ones, but good ones. Yeah, so that's the start. That's obviously fit for the bin. We'll cut the plug off. People buy those plugs. I can sell the plugs there. The inside plugs. Let me just show you what I mean. Which one is it? That yeah, the bulb holder, the one that holds the DRL bulb. I can sell those for 20 quid. I just cut off the wires. I can sell those on eBay. So if you ever do one of these cars and you get broken lights, cut that off, stick it on eBay. I think I put them up for £19 in the past, and they sell like that. And I've often had people message me and say, have you got any? And I say, no, I had a few and I've sold them. So yeah, I'll do that. So it's not the end of the world when they're broken, and I've probably got some spares anyway. If not, I'll buy one. So what we need to do next, I think, is get the lights out, get the bar off, get that rad condenser disconnected, and see what the state the radiator's in, and then we'll get that front panel off. We'll drain it down if there's anything in it. Of course, it may have already leaked out. I don't know. I haven't actually checked the fluid level. I need to do that really. And obviously we'll drain it down, take all that off. If I'm going to put a new radiator on, as I said, I'm not bothered about the aircon condenser, but if I'm going to put a new radiator on, I want to get that on today, because I want to be able to move this by the end of the day. One, if the new car's coming, of course we're a little bit in the middle of the drive. In fact, I'm tempted to move it over a little bit now, then it won't matter. Yeah, I might do that actually, just so it's not in the way of my neighbour when he comes home, because I don't really need to get to the side of it that much, apart from getting the wings off. So yeah, I'll move it over. Anyway, back on time lapse. Let's get these bits off and then we'll come back. Right, as you can see, front's off. It's actually not as bad as I thought, you know. This, I think that'll bend back all right, you know. Because if I still haven't got a scaffold pole. Once I get a pole in there, heat it up, what I'll do is I'll move all these aircon pipes out of the way, completely out of the way. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to take the radiator off. We'll come back to the leg in a minute, because as much as it's holding water, it's not leaking at all. The fluid is up to here. It's crushed in at the top here, it's dented here. So as much as it, and of course the bottom bits are snapped off, which I have plastic welded and glued back on in the past. But because of this here, it's not that bent, but it is a bit bent. Could reuse it, but I know a lot of you would be shouting at me if I did reuse it, and I wouldn't reuse it because of the state it's in. We'll take those out because they're always good to keep. Now I have got an EIS radiator, which are the best ones because they're very similar to the OEM ones, very similar, they come with those. But when you, some of the cheaper ones that you buy, actually I say they are cheap. They're one of the cheapest, but they're the best, and it's more translucent like that rather than the really white plastic like some of them are. So they are by far the best ones. They're difficult to get hold of. As fast as they come into stock, they sell out. So I'm on my last one now, so I'm going to change it. So I've got to drain that down, which is a nuisance because it's nice to reuse it. But once we get it all off the front, it's so much easier to do things. So yeah. So I think the bottom ones are going to be okay. The bottom chassis leg extensions, they're going to be fine because the bottom bar's fine as well. So I completely missed that. What I didn't notice was we are completely missing the arch liner. So I imagine an assessor probably took that off to have a look underneath. They haven't taken that one off. I suppose that damage wasn't that side, was it? Well, I say damage wasn't, the wing's damaged, but I don't know why they took it off, to be fair, but they have, and obviously dumped it. Maybe it was just completely split, I don't know. So they are different from the lounge and the pop because they've got the extra thing. So they might be slightly more difficult to get hold of, which is a nuisance. Yeah, so that's a little bit crushed in. Now I have got some spares of those, however, sometimes when you take those off, you can shear some of these bolts off, so I think I'm probably going to leave it alone. If it was completely crushed to hell, I would, but I think I'm going to leave that alone. As you can see there, we have got a new thermostat. You can see it if it's in focus, yep. New thermostat's already been put on there, which is good. We'll check the earth strap, obviously, that'll be later, much later. This is the most pressing thing, of course. So obviously I'm not going to put the front panel on until we've done this. And I have got some measurements, but what I can also do is take measurements centre hole to centre hole on the bar, and see what that is. And then obviously when we manage to find a scaffold pole from somewhere, heat this up, as we pull that, I would expect some of that to come out, and we'll get a block of wood in there as well and try and help it along the way. But I think heated up, pole in there, pushing that back, I think that will probably do it enough for it to be okay. Only time will tell. Again, you know, I know some of you said, oh, it needs to go on a jig, blah blah blah. Maybe it does. Until I try it, I don't know, do I? We have to hope not, because that will make life a lot easier. So that's quite good going so far. I don't need to start this engine because I've moved the car down the drive a little bit so my neighbour can get his van down, so that's not an issue at all. So we might as well take the rad off now because it gets it out of the way when we do that. Yeah. So I have in the past, when they've been slightly bent, I've hit them with a big hammer, heated them up and hit them, but obviously that's a little bit too far gone for that. So it hasn't been pushed in, it's just been pushed sideways. There was no downwards force on that bend in that bar, and you can see it's straight. If you look this way, you can see that it's straight. So it's just a matter of, I say just a matter of bringing it straight that way. This bit itself isn't bent, so it is only done, there was no impact to that. All that is where that crash can has done its job, if you like, where that's been hit in the centre there. That's all it's done. Which in a way is good, I suppose, because there's no deformation of the faceplate or anything like that. So I think it's going to be all right, you know, as long as I can heat it up sufficiently. We'll give it a go. If I can get a nice long, I'm going to try and get like a 8-foot scaffolded pole, scaffold pole. And then it said scaffold board then. Yeah, heat it up, get everything out of the way. I think I'm going to be able to do it. We'll see. And then obviously we need to get the measurements spot on. Obviously when you bend it back, it will go back a little bit, so we need to do that. Measure with a tape measure, offer up the bar, the new bar, until we've got them spot on. Once we've got them spot on, we can hang the front panel and get it all back together again. So that will probably be in the next video, I would imagine, because we'll probably be too long for this video. So we're going to go back. What I'm going to do now, obviously we've got to get these wings off as well, but I'm not going to bother with those at the moment. I just want to get this front done first. And of course I haven't got any red wings to put on. Excuse me. I will put the bonnet on, just for one, to see if the colour matches, and two, just to obviously get a new bonnet on. It'll just look better with a new bonnet. And then once I've done that, we have actually got a bumper. So although we've got no front panel, to protect it from the weather, obviously we've got to bang that down as well, because that's bent. That's fine, you just get a hammer on top. Done those loads of times, so it's not an issue at all. Again, it might need tapping up, tapping down. When you get a new headlight in, you then you get it in the right position. They don't sit straight, as you can see. If you look at that one, which hasn't been touched, they sort of slightly that way. And obviously the reverse on that one, they are slightly that way. But again, you know, once you get the front panel in position and the headlight, you can position it as need be. So when we were talking about the state of these seats here, and as I expected, some of you, there are some on eBay. Now someone offered me some for 70 quid, back seats, and I was tempted to take them, but someone told me about this stuff and I thought it was a really good idea. So this is speaker carpet. So if you put speakers in the back of your car, you cover them in that, and it came with a can of adhesive as well. And they said that, you know, you can stick it to that with the contact adhesive, and then you can tuck it in, and it looked really neat. And they said they've done it themselves, and it looked really good. So I will, you know, roughen that up, not roughen it up, it's already rough, clean it up with a wire brush on a drill probably. After masking it, I'll clean them first, and then we'll try that and see what it looks like. Failing that, I was very tempted to buy those ones. They were up for 90 quid, and then they were reduced, and the person made me an offer. So I am still tempted to get them. Yeah, don't know at the moment. So I want to do that sooner rather than later, really, because I want to see if it's going to work. But we have got lots to do. You know, we know this bumper's sitting in the wrong position, but you know, one thing at a time. We've got a new light already, so that light will come out and get changed. Again, we'll do that when we ever tack the back. So I'm probably going to take that back bumper off because it don't sit quite right. So that's obviously had a whack at some point, the fact that it's got a hole in it. So we need to have a look underneath as well and just see if we can get that bumper in a little bit better. If we can't, we can't. You know, it is what it is. But we'll certainly give it a try and make sure everything's okay underneath. And same applies this side. So I think it's probably been taken off, but it's not been put back in properly. I don't reckon there's anything untoward happening. It's just because they can be, if you don't get those in that bracket at the back properly, it don't sit properly. That's what I'm hoping. However, because that backlight's broken, it may have had a bump in the back, because as we know there's a bit of a dent there which needs to be heated up and pushed out. But again, that's for another day. That's all off. So I've drained it all down, obviously, took the rad off, got rid of a lot of that. I've taken that, put it in containers, I'll take it to the dump. Yeah, what else can I do now on here? Looking at remember I always, you can see it easier here, but I always look at the oil filter regarding a service. That ain't been on there long, has it? That's not been on there long at all. So it's probably had a service recently. We've got no service history with this, have we? So we'll obviously track it down, but yeah, that's not been done that long ago. And I'll tell you what we didn't look at as well on the walk around video was cam belt. As you can see, that's been back for some time, and the aux belt There's no way is that the original. And you can actually see the cam belt there. You can get a better look at it from underneath, but if you can, I should get a torch on it. I don't know if you can tell from that, but that cam belt looks quite new. Almost very new, in fact. So the cam belt's clearly been done. So a leaking sump. The sump looks quite wet there. Let's point that torch back on it. That might be historic, hopefully. But yeah, potentially. Obviously we'll worry about that as and when. But there's no oil leaking. I suppose we ought to check to see maybe there's oil in it. I think there is. Did I check it? I can't remember, you know. So yeah, so the most pressing thing to do is obviously that chassis leg. By far the most pressing thing to do. But I think what I'm going to do for now, I'm going to put the new radiator on. Let it just hang there. Hang on the pipes, and just so we can fill it up and we can drive it, move it around, because obviously I can't start the engine and move it around if I want to move it around, which when this new car arrives, so it's exactly what I'm going to want to do. So I think what we'll do that, we'll put the new bonnet on, and then I'll probably place the bumper on, the new bumper. As I say, that bumper does need a bit of work. I've had it for ages now, not even unpacked it, so I'll unpack that in a minute. And we'll have a proper look at it as well. So it does need a bit of work, but we can sort that out. Again, there's lots and lots to do on this car. I'm not going to rush it. I'm doing bits and pieces. Obviously wings as well. Got to check all the brakes and everything like that. There is no MOT. MOT's run out, so there's no massive rush for that, because obviously it'll have a new MOT once it's done. So yeah, I think that's it for the time being. As I say, we'll put the... Oh, I feel a little sunny and I feel a few specks of rain. So I think what I'm going to do, out now, I'm going to go and get the tracking done in the white pop, and then I'm going to go over to the Fiat dealers over in Dartford. So I've got to pick up the front. I bought 3. You know, the grill. Can't get them for love or money, and they're about 55 quid. I think I bought 3. It comes 170 something quid. And they've had them in stock. Well, they've ordered them for me. I paid for them. It's just a matter of me going and picking them up. It's a bit of a trot over there, but I've got to go, so I might as well go today. Yeah, so tracking, get that tracking done, come back, go over there, and then when we get back, we'll do something on this. I'm not quite sure what, but we'll do something on this. I might have a go at the inside actually. I want to wash it actually. I want to get it clean if I can. But we'll get those bits done first, and and we'll come back once we've been out and come back and sorted, and decide what we're going to do. So I'll see you in a bit. Right, as you saw, I was looking at that oil filter a minute ago. So I've taken the airbox off because it's all broken, to throw it away, and I thought, let's have a look at the air filter. That's brand new, isn't it? That is brand spanking new. So this car has just been serviced. Hard to say, within 100 miles ago. It's virtually completely clean, this. So that will be going back in. So that's good. So although we don't know when it was serviced, we know it has been serviced recently. So chances are, so the MOT ran out. I'm not sure if it was crashed. It ran out in January sometime, I think. Oh yeah, and look, the crash was on, or it was picked up by Copart on the 15th of January. So whether it was serviced to then get it MOT'd and then they crashed it, because not everyone gets it serviced at the same place, of course, so we will try and track it down, but we're probably not going to be able to. But we know it's been done. I'll check the oil in a minute. But yeah, that's good. So I'll stick that in the boot and we can put that back in. So another car, I've been lucky recently, another car that's not going to need a service and not going to need a cam belt. Cracking. Right, there's the new EIS radiator put in, as you saw on time lapse. I've not put any coolant in it yet. I've plumbed it I plumbed it in, I've put the pipes on, done the clips up, plugged the fan in, put the fan on. I just checked the oil, it's brand new oil. So this definitely doesn't need a service, which is good news. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it. I'm not quite sure whether you saw me put the bonnet on or not, but actually we haven't looked at the colour. Let's put the bonnet down and see what the colour's like compared to the rest of the car. That's come off a 2014 car, so that was, I purposely bought one from a 2014 car because it's more chance of it matching. I mean, the car is dirty, so the bonnet is probably cleaner than the car. So it doesn't look a million miles away. I think it's passable. Bearing in mind we are going to have new wings as well, of course. Yeah, that's all right, I think. Obviously it needs some adjustment. We may have to put new hinges on. Looking at that there, we definitely will have to put new hinges on. But yeah, maybe we will. I'll have a look, see if there's any in colour. I might do that. I'm also looking at this, I'm wondering whether I can save this wing, you know, because I mean it's got loads of scratches on it, but the only really dodgy bit is that bit where it's sticking out a little bit. So if I could tap that back, if I could dolly that and tap that back, does it go in a little bit there? I'm not sure. I think maybe it does. Yeah, because I've never had much luck trying to straighten these tips of the wings. Never can get it right. Yeah, you can feel a hump behind it. So yeah, no, that does go in there. I wasn't sure whether it was the natural line of it or not, but yeah. I mean, I can have a go at it, I suppose. It just seems, you know, I can always paint it. It seems a waste to dump that wing just for that. It really does. The other one's obviously past it, but if I could get both wings off of the same car, I'd replace both wings, but yeah, it does seem a waste to... So we will definitely have a go at that, see if I can panel beat that out. You never know. So yeah, colour-wise, it looks all right, so that's a bonus. So as I say, that is why, certainly with these red colours, I tend to do it with most parts, not so much with the white ones, but I do try and I don't know whether my logic is correct or not, but you know, there's you know, probably three or four shades of this same colour. So presumably that is done in batches. So my theory is, if you get a panel from the same year as the car, you're more likely to get one in the same batch, and you're also likely to get one with the same amount of colour changing. Notice I didn't say fading, I said colour changing, because this colour doesn't tend to fade, it seems to get darker. It's a strange one with red. Of course, red is always a danger of lack appeal. Don't have any on this car. Got loads of scratches on it on the other side, but no lack appeal. That's my theory. Whether that's right or not, I don't know. I've just got back from the Fiat dealers in Dartford. They're no longer Fiat dealers. They're now MG. And those MGs don't look like the MGs that I remember. Some of them are quite nice actually, but it's not an MG, is it? You know the sort of thing I'm talking about. This is an MG. This ain't an MG. Yeah, so I picked up the 3 grills. So I ought to check really. There's one of them. Where's the box? Make sure we got the right one. I didn't have the part number, so I just described it to him and he sent me a picture and that was the one I got. So hopefully he's given me a Sport rather than a Bath, because they are different. So I suppose I better open it and check, make sure. I'm not going to put it on just yet because there's a little bit of work needed doing on that bumper, but I just want to get it, make sure it's the right one. I think that what I'm going to do then, I'm still in 2 minds. I want to wash it, but I want to get those seats out really. It's a bit late in the day now, it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know whether to clean the seats this afternoon, and I could be putting them in the conservatory drying. I don't know what the weather forecast is going to be tomorrow, but if we get some sun by the end of tomorrow, I can put them back in again, hopefully. And then we can either do the carpet today, certainly hoover it, and maybe wet clean it as well if I get time. I'm not sure I will, but yeah. So we can try this grill, and then we'll have a think about what we're going to do. I want to get all that. Certainly want to get those back seats out and try and fumigate it inside a little bit, but try and have a little look at those back seats and see what I can do with them. And of course I've got to clean them as well. So I'll see you in a bit. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to film yet, but I'll see you in a bit. Yep, it is the right one. That's good. I'm glad about that. Can you believe it, right? You pay all that money for that, and on the back of there, where you put the screws in, there's a little metal clip. A bit like the, you know, the normal sort of metal clips that they use. They don't even give you those. So luckily, I've still got the other one, although it's in bits, but they've got the clips on, so I'll have to take the clips off there. Can you believe that? They obviously sell those separately. Ridiculous. Right, I've got everything out the boot. Look at the state of this carpet. It's falling apart. It's all coming apart there. I think I'm going to have to bin that and get a new one. I don't think I've got one. It's a shame I haven't actually. I'll have a look. I might have one. You never know. Yeah. What a mess. And in the back, just look at this. Apart from those seats, this is just ridiculous. I've never seen such filth. It is quite clearly been a dog wagon, isn't it? I was just wondering whether I've got some carpet. I mean, all these carpets are all hanging off. And that, what's that all about? Is that the dog that's just chewed on it? Probably. Bloody dogs. And it's oh god, it stinks so much in here. When I first got the car, I didn't notice the smell. I'm hoping I can get rid of it. I think I've had a doggy one before, and I managed to get rid of the smell using the I forgot what it's called now, the ozone generator. So I'll be using that soon, once I've got the actual seats cleaned and the carpets cleaned and what have you. But yeah, as you can imagine, I've just got some gloves out to get rid of all this crap that's in here. Then I'm going to hoover it, get up what I can. I'm going to take these seats out. I think I'll clean them. No, what shall I do with them? I think I'm going to go over them with a wire brush first, and then I'll clean them. I'll take the headrests off. I mean, look at the headrests. It's just absolutely minging. It's giving me a headache, the state of it. Every surface in here is just filth. Ugh. At least the cam belt's been done though, eh? That's the main thing. Right, let's get this done. Right, so I put all this stuff back in as it started to rain, but it's taken me ages to get all this clean in here. I've got most of the dog hairs off of the boot carpet. I've cleaned the carpet with G101. I've cleaned all the area under the seats there. I've taken the old mats out. I've wiped over all these with G101, the two side panels, and it's already smelling a lot better. Long way to go. If you look at these seats, I'm very tempted. I mean, the base isn't on offer, but the two back seats are on offer. I mean, look, under the seat, look at these dog hairs. I'm going to hoover these off in a minute, but absolutely stinking, filthy, horrible. God. Hopefully this base will come up okay. I haven't got one of these. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to... Well, I do know what we're going to do with those, but I'm very tempted just to buy those other seats anyway. Yeah, very, very tempted. We'll see. I think I'm going to think about that in the next half an hour. I've put the door card back on. I don't know if you'd noticed that in this video, that the door card wasn't on. Reason for that was because one of the speakers was faulty in the Arbath recently, in the red Arbath. So I did buy a speaker, but I took the speaker out of this one because the car was meant to be going the following day, and the speaker wasn't working. It was all crackly. So I took the speaker out of this one and put it in the Arbath, and I've just had to put that one back in. I'd completely forgotten all about that, so I've just done that. Tomorrow. It's getting too late now and it's started sprinkling with rain, so I'll get these done tomorrow, and I'll get the seats out, and we'll do all the carpet tomorrow as well. Oh, and then I think that'll probably be it for the first video after that. Yeah, I'm going to stick an aerial on the roof. I'm not sure that the aerial was in the car. I can't remember now. It might be locking around in there somewhere, but I've got a spare one, so I'm going to put an aerial on. I'll test the stereo as well. We're going to put another funky stereo in this. The other day I bought those. I've got two of them. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen. So I'm going to put one of those in. They were much cheaper than the other ones. Now, another company whose name escapes me have contacted me a few days ago, and they are actually sending me a very similar one, quite an expensive one, which if it's the one they're sending me, which I think it is, is really expensive, and it's got a built-in dash cam as well. But I should get that soon, so that will be going in a car. I'm not sure which, possibly this. Yeah, don't know. I might actually see if my sister-in-law wants it, because it actually looks quite nice, and it's free, of course. So I'll be doing a review on that one soon. But yeah, I'll be putting one of them in this car, one or the other. Yeah, it's a bit of news. Literally, my phone's just rung, unknown number. Answered it, and I got a voice. Obviously, got a voice saying, I won't do the accent, Copart driver. So it's now, what did I say it was? It's about 4:30, telling me he's going to be here about 6 o'clock tonight. So, as usual, Copart have not told me that it's even left the yard. It's Copart Rochford. As much as you ask them to actually give you a bit of notice, they never do. Nightmare. So the new project is coming this evening. So that'll be exciting. Another sport. So chances are, actually, you'll probably be seeing a walk around on that before you see this video. Possibly, I don't know. I'm not sure which order I'm going to do them in yet. But that's it for now. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll get these seats cleaned, and we'll continue on the clean on the inside. I need to order a couple of little bits and pieces as well. I don't know what to do about that. The back carpet. I need to see if I've got one. If not, I think I'm just going to buy one. I don't know how much they are. Awkward thing to post as well. I imagine they probably have to roll it up, wouldn't they? But we'll see. I don't care if it's black or grey. I couldn't care less. I'm not even sure if they're different in the sports, but couldn't care less. And the same goes for back shelf as well, because we haven't got one of those, have we? And I think I've got one of those. It's grey. Couldn't care less. It's going in. So that's it. So I'll see you in the morning, I guess. Yeah, see you in the morning. Right, next morning, got a little bit of sun today, although it's supposed to be a bit iffy. So what we're going to do is we are going to get these seats out and get them cleaned, and then we're going to move the car in front of the house, and then we're going to pause this car for a week or so. So let's get these seats out, let's get them clean. Thought I'd show you the water. That dirt, brown dirt, just kept coming. It kept coming. I've done the whole bucket of solution just on those two seats, and when you think they're the half leather seats, so they haven't actually got much material on them, look at that. That is the dirtiest water I've ever had out of seats. So that's liquid dog. Oh my word. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Now the carpets, apart from the dog hairs, are not as bad as the last car that I did. It's just the dog hairs. So I'm going to come around and hoover all this up first, as much as I can. I think what I'll do is, before I clean it, I'll get the lily brush on it. I'll hoover it, get the lily brush on it, get as much up as I can, and then we'll go over it with the machine. So apart from those bits down there, and just general dirt around the edges, which of course you always get, it's mainly dog hairs and just dirt. I'm not going to take the front bit out. I don't think there's any need. Just the back bit will be fine. Obviously I've already taken that out, but look at the carpet there. That's what the carpet should look like. Oh, how can people spend all this money on a car and treat it like this? I know people love their dogs more than life itself, but oh my God, it's just so wrong. They probably had another car which was a lovely car, and this was the dog wagon. Just horrible. Why not get it valeted once a year or something? I suppose they thought it was a waste of money. Probably, you know, within a couple of days of it being valeted, it'd be back to this again. But oh, it's just horrible, horrible, horrible. Good job I got it cheap. I haven't forgotten. You're probably watching this video, and as you're watching it, you're probably sending me messages on YouTube saying, you didn't tell us how much it was, Paul. I will tell you before the end of this video, don't worry. There were some quite accurate guesses. Now, one or two of you cheated, and good job I'm not offering a prize, because I didn't even know you could do this, but apparently some of you have looked on Copart and looked at the sold lots and seen how much it went for. I don't know how you do that, but apparently you can. Presumably if you've got an account, I imagine. So yeah, well, we'll come back at the end of this particular video and let you know how much it was. Okay, right, let them dry in the garden. No sun at the moment, but it is quite breezy, so hopefully we'll put them in the conservatory overnight, and hopefully they'll be dry. I'm working tomorrow, but it's, I don't know when we'll get them in. Maybe tomorrow morning or the morning after, but we'll worry about that as and when. No, there's no need, because what I'm going to do once I've done this, it's going in front of the house, and just can stay there for the time being, drying off. What was I going to say? Yeah, so we can hoover up the inside, get the old lily brush on, get those hairs up, and then we'll mix up some more solution and get that carpet cleaned. And then once we've done that, we'll come back and I'll tell you how much it was, and then we'll finish this video. So I'll see you on the other side. Carpets are all nice and clean now. Can't smell any dog. It's probably because the seats are not in here, but yeah. At the moment, considering it's wet as well, of course, yeah, no dog smell. So hopefully, having cleaned the seats and the carpets, it's gone, hopefully. But I will get the old ozone generator in here. I'll probably do that today when I stick the car in front of the house. I'll probably put the fan in there, dehumidifier, and then after that, once it's dried, I'll put the ozone machine in there. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So I'm going to leave the doors open for the time being. I'm just going to use some of the spare fluid and go over all these plastics. I did all those yesterday, but they probably could do with another going over. But all these bits down here and the middle and all that, I'm just going to go over that and give them a bit of a clean up as well, ready for when I put the seats back in. Door cards, I won't worry about those at the moment. There's obviously no material on these because they're leather ones. So yeah, that's good. That's good. So I think we're probably going to finish up now. Right, so we're going to finish this video here. I'm conscious that it is a little bit on the long side. It's 40 something minutes, I think it is. I try not to make them too long, but I know sometimes, especially when I'm waffling, sometimes they get a little bit too long. And I know I occasionally get some of you berate me for waffling, but hey ho. Those of you who are regulars, you know that I waffle a bit, but you know, as much as some of it is waffling, I do try and explain what I'm doing or what I'm going to do. So it's not waffle as such. Some of it is, a bit like now. So you want to know how much it cost me, don't you? So a lot of you guessed. Some of them were very low guesses. One or two were almost spot on. I think there was only one that was absolutely spot on, and they probably cheated. Although the one person that said they cheated didn't reveal how much it was. So kudos to you for not revealing it to everybody else. So it was a surprise win, as I said. If you remember from the walk around video, I actually won this and was bidding whilst I was walking to my car, from my car to work, and I stopped in the street and was bidding on it, and I won it for the princely sum of £875. I found £1 while I was cleaning it, so it's £874. That was plus with the fees. It was and the delivery. So I got, because it was Rochford, sorry, in Essex. When I buy them from them, I get them to deliver it because their delivery is £100 plus VAT, but they knock the £40 off, and it actually worked. You know, £40 loading fee when they deliver them. Someone did say they were going to stop doing that. They haven't as yet, but someone did say that they were going to. So it came out a total, including delivery, of £1,234. So that's pretty good, isn't it? And I've even got £1 back. Quite a lot to do still. Obviously, the main part we're forgetting about at the moment is, of course, the chassis leg down there. But still need a wing. I've got to get a passenger wing at least. If I can get a driver's wing, I'll get a driver's wing as well. Otherwise, I am going to try and fix that. But we're going to finish. And you'll see this car in a week or so's time. No, probably be a couple of weeks actually, because my new car was delivered yesterday. And I don't know at this point whether you would have seen the walk around video on that, so I won't say any more. However, I'm going to work on that because that is a lot less work. So I want to do that one first. Seats, those seats, as you know, the state of them, those rear seats, I bought them. I bought the ones on eBay, £70 including delivery. So that's just the back seats with the headrests. So I can sell those headrests. I probably get £15, £18 each for those. The seats I'm going to keep. I'm not going to throw them away. Reason being, you often get seats that have got fag burns in them. And if they've got fag burns in them, I don't know, I'm assuming you can get those seat covers off. I may even take the seat covers off and then dump the rest. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm going to keep them for the time being. I'm not just going to throw them away. I have got to go to the dump today. I've got a mountain of stuff over there to take to the dump. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do with those for now. So, as always, hope you've enjoyed this so far. I welcome your comments. Don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, hit the button, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up if you can. Always helps the algorithms and gets the videos out to more people. We're rapidly approaching the 10,000 subscribers mark, which is amazing, so please hit that subscribe button. The vast majority of you who are watching are not subscribers, so please hit that button. It just puts the videos out to so many more people and makes the channel grow and makes it all the more worthwhile for me to do, because it does take up a lot of my time, trust me. In fact, when I'm not working, it actually takes up all of my time. So give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Until the next one, as always, take care, stay safe, and we will see you very soon.